Let's head into the papers now, see what the headlines are. I have with me in the studio chartered accountant and public affairs analyst Sheson Kwade, as well as Yinka Kenny, broadcast journalist and TV host. Yeah, but I'm hosting her right now.
Morning.
Well, nice to see you. Thank God it's Friday, yeah. But it's a cautious one because
all
everyone
activities has been banned, no clubbing.
That's the thing.
Nothing.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Well, we'll do it
but
internally.
We're not talking about clubbing. In all this, we are talking about this.
That is where his interest is. All right, let's begin with Daily Trust now. Daily Trust says as COVID-19 hits, or COVID-19 cases hit 12 in Nigeria, no testing center in 4 geopolitical zones. Federal government states shut schools, and Buhari's daughter in self-isolation after UK trip. Senate suspends public hearings, and 34 African countries affected. Right? You find all that on the front page of the Daily Trust. From there, let's go to Daily Times, and it's on coronavirus. Federal government orders closure of tertiary institutions, Unity schools, as Senate orders partial closure of National Assembly. Lawan tells returnee senators to go for testing. Okay. From there, let's go to the blueprints. As Nigeria confirms 4 new cases of coronavirus, Buhari's daughter goes into self-isolation after UK trip. And Senate shuts down, directs 12 senators to go for tests. The federal government orders economy repositioned. Ansarudeen shelves Jumat mosque activities. And Ogun, Niger, Anambra, others close schools. INEC postpones Imo, Bayelsa, Plateau by-elections. Okay. That's the blueprint. Leadership newspaper is next, and it says at Leadership Conference Awards, speakers set agenda, list gains of border closure. This is certainly talking about something else. It's one of PMB's most impactful policies. Ex-Vice President Namadi Sambo is quoted as saying this, and to the current crash in oil price, I say this too shall pass. The NSI boss is saying this. We must consume what we produce. Governor Ayade of Cross River State is quoted as saying this. It's time to reopen the borders and force our neighbors to peg currencies to the naira. And Isaiah is quoted as saying this. We shall overcome the current crisis in the oil sector. Mele Kyari, the GMD of NNPC, saying that. I dedicate my award to the teeming laborers, workers, and civil servants in Adamawa State. Governor Fintiri is saying this. All of this comments from all of the speakers at leadership conference. All right, News Direct is the next now, and he's focusing on coronavirus. Federal government orders closure of universities and schools nationwide. Yinka Kenny, the point there is beyond the issue of closure of schools, closure of clubs, closure of pubs, and anywhere that people. Another place that has not been touched yet is the markets, the open markets. You know how open and how porous and how unorganized and uncoordinated most of our open markets nationwide are. If you go to Mile 12 Market or Wingbo Market or Balinde, anywhere, it's still influx of people crisscrossing and all of that. What do you foresee or what do you advise regarding that?
Well, I think it's like I was discussing somewhere yesterday that it's a gradual process because even in all the Western world that had this issue before Nigeria, they didn't just wake up in one morning and then put a stall to everything. So I think it's a work in progress. They have started with the schools and the religious homes and all that. I believe that as time goes on, as they watch the progression of this virus, they would put things into place. If it needs for the markets to be shut down, I want to believe that at the level at which this virus is going, because this virus does not know the rich man, does not know the poor man, or whatever. Your cleaner at home that you are sent to the markets could come back with the coronavirus and give to you. You as a person, as a rich man, you could have it, give to your gardener. So it's all encompassing. So I want to believe that it's a gradual process. If there's a need, in future, for crying out loud, we'll just be told to store foods at home. I remember over 10 years ago, well, I think it's about 12, 13 years ago, when Oshiomhole was still our Labour chairman, he called for, there was a particular strike he called for, and for over 3 weeks, everything was stalled, in Nigeria. We lived, and I want to believe that as it progresses, when those in authority, as they watch what's going on, if there's a need to be, but in the meantime, I would just advise that you go out to the market, you come back, don't just wash only your hand. Please go into the bathroom.
And take your bath. And take your bath. Exactly.
Mike,
Yes.
I want to pick something from Yinka. See, this is the way government said we should watch. We have watched. For me, market should be closed now.
Okay.
In the sense that if you look, I was on a trip and I looked at a market at Ibafo. And I said, for crying loud, we are consuming some of those things, and average of the people in the market are illiterate. As we speak, they are not even aware of washing their hands. And these are some of the things the elites are going to consume. For Christ's sake, the market
Anybody, not just the elites, anybody.
Anybody.
If you go to where the butcher meat,
the meat
and all of
No,
that,
but
and
you don't eat your meat raw. That's
yeah,
it.
you cook.
You are going to
bring
cook.
it home,
There are some
you cook,
things.
You have your fruits.
But there
you take
are
extra
places-
precaution. You don't just bring your food from the market and run water on it. There are some chemical, agents that you can use to wash your fruits. We just have to keep taking. I know that. I strongly believe that. They can't just, government cannot just wake up one morning and say market's closed. They could say, okay, by tomorrow, market is going to be closed, so that after I leave my place of work, of course, I need to leave. I need to survive to live. I cannot just be self-quarantined in the house. Hunger could kill me. It might not even be coronavirus.
Exactly.
So, like you said initially, there's wisdom, in all this, even in the closure and everything. I want to believe that if by tomorrow the rate at which the virus is spreading, and they feel that we need to stall the malls, we need to stall the markets and everything. They would, just like they have given dates for the closure of coming in and out of the country.
The travel ban.
The travel ban. Thank you. Though I don't know why they had to leave it to 3-4 days and for that travel ban. But just like they have done it.
There are some schedules made already, so all of those have to be allowed to.
I think they will do it, but they cannot just wake up one morning and stall the old, because a lot of people will die of hunger.
Okay.
Mike,
Also of concern is what outsiders view as the state of the health system in Africa. Can we beat this, Yinka Kenny, with looking at how we are viewing these cases springing up in Africa?
Well, I want to believe that actually there's nothing impossible if we set our hearts to do it. And how do we do it? It starts from you, it starts from myself. I, as a person, am a bit enlightened. I have a neighbor that is not too enlightened. And I see that my neighbor is not doing the right thing. It has gotten past the stage at which I close my eyes to what my neighbor is doing that is wrong. Because at the end of the day, this virus we're talking about, if it gets to my neighbor, there's a great possibility that I and my family will be affected. You go out of your flat, or you go out of your compound, and you see the way that things are being done in an unhygienic way. There's a need for you as a person to come around and talk and put a caution to it. What is going on in your environment now matters. So the onus right now is on individuals that are enlightened. Let me not use the word.
And know the risks.
Yes, that knows the right thing to do to spread the message, no matter how no matter how the next person is going to receive it. Just take it up to yourself. Let there be a one-on-one, education of what is going around in our environment. I want to believe that if we consciously, if we deliberately, you know, decide to do it, we are a nation, we're a set of people that when we set our heart to do it, the time of Ebola, it came to the world as a shock. But we did it.
And we fought it, we won.
Exactly. And we were even of assistance to other countries that were struggling with it. So I believe that we're a set of people that when we set our heart to do it, you know, we will do it and we will get it.
So
now we hear of with the shutdown of schools and the advice for churches to, you know, reduce the number of meetings and mosques as well, you know, all of those things, sporting activities put on hold. A lot of people have been going into panic buying and all of that. I wonder what you have seen, Yinka Kenny. Let me start with you.
I wouldn't blame as many people as are going into panic buying. I would not call it, use the phrase panic buying.
Okay.
I would just say
Stocking up?
Stock.
Too much.
But isn't that the panic buying? Because the point there is, since you're not sure how things are going to be.
On a good day, at times I have to stock up my house for, you know, the unexpected. If I have to travel, if I have to, you know, I have to do all that. But because in the coming days to come, we don't really know what's, you know, it's just good to be wise about it. But I'm not saying that people should begin to, you know, go stock as if the world is coming to an end. Because like I said in the segment before now, that if at the end of the day, there will be a need for the markets and the malls to be closed, then we have to survive. And that's the essence of having to stock things in the house, because if we are running from being killed by coronavirus, we should not be killed by hunger. We have to survive to even combat, you know, this virus we are talking about. So I feel that, well, as much as the world is not coming to an end, but there's a little bit of wisdom in trying to save for the rainy days, because we are not caught unawares. Because so that at the end of the day, I don't wake up tomorrow morning and I get to know that I can't go even to the market again. Probably before we wake up in the morning, we've had about 3,000 cases, and they feel that there's a state of emergency. And at the end of the day, I just realized I don't even have rice in my house. I don't even have gari in my house. What do I do at that time? So I just feel that there's a little bit of wisdom, because at the level at which it's going, and we have seen, we should take a cue from the Western world. It's not like it's in Nigeria as the first case, you know. It's happened all over, and we saw that as time goes by, everything had to be on lockdown. So if we took our luck too far, unfortunately, in Nigeria, we could have, you know, done better than this if we had been proactive. But then, unfortunately, that is our reality now. So it might just get to that level. So it's just wisdom to do that.
Wisdom to stock up. Don't panic buy. Just stock up only.
Don't panic
just
buy.
stock up. Don't panic buy. Thank you very much, Yinka Kenny, for coming on the program.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
All the
Sheson
time.
Kwade, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Right.